All right, thanks for downloading the template. I'm going to take you through this and all the layers and kind of show you what to change and how you can customize it to fit your needs. So the first thing I do is I go to the first last name here, and it is a smart object. So if you click on this and then double click on this little icon down here, that opens this up. And I have this gold texture on top. If you want to make it silver, if your team's not gold, if you hit Command U and then you can desaturate it down, or if you want just a color, whatever your school color would be, to add into the template, just turn off that layer. And then if you click on the text layer, you can change the color in the properties panel up here. The font for this script text is called Quentin. It is a free text or free font. So if you like this, go ahead and download that. You can just search Google for it. But I'm going to leave this gold. So I'm going to hit paste in my name here. And how this font is sometimes it loses its center just by the way it is, by how the script goes off the end. So do make sure you get it centered on here. If your name's longer than what fits in here, you will want to scale it down, or else you'll have some clipping and it will go off the page of your graphic. So Command S saves that. And the reason that's a smart object is that automatically updates the name down here over top last name. The next thing I do is I will update the last name. It's already have that copy and pasted. I paste in the full name and I just delete out the first name right there. And then the font for this is American Captain. That also is a free font. So if you like to use that, search that and download that. If you want to use your font or your style, go for it there. The effects on this are listed here. If you want to change the color of this, you will double click on gradient overlay, and then you will click on the gradient. And so if you want to change this to a specific color, or if you have their logo up here, you can click this, and then you can just color drop onto what you want to change it to, or if you have the hex code, you can type that in there. But I usually go from the color you want and just slightly darker on another one to get a little bit of a gradient on that, and it's just a radial gradient. But this team is blue and gold, so I'm going to leave that. Next up, I add in the number. She is number 2. And I have this pattern as this same gold texture up here. So you will not have that. If you would like to add it, I've done that so that you can do it, is if you go back into the name, and then you click this right here, this smart object. So this is the texture you're working with. If you go up to edit and then go to define pattern, it'll bring this up and you'll be able to save it. If you hit OK, I'm not going to do it since I already have it. Save that, or you save that pattern, and then whenever you go into your pattern overlay right here, and you click this will show you all your patterns that you have, and then you just select that one, and then it will update in there. If you don't want the gold pattern and you just want a color, then you'd hide that, and then you'd go to the gradient overlay, and it's the same concept as the name. You just change it to the color you want. But I'm gonna leave that on gold. And then the next thing I would do is I'm going to select this back image, which is over here. It is a smart object. I'm going to double click there. And then I'm going to bring in the back photo. If you do not see these grids back here, Command semicolon hides them and shows them. If somehow you lose them, you're always welcome to draw your grids back in there. But the reason I do that is just so I have the consistency on how big from graphic to graphic to make their head size and kind of fit them somewhat in the middle there. So I'll accept that and delete out the back. Command save, Command S to save it. And that saves. It'll update the smart object, and that has. And if this comes up because your image is bigger, like I use the full body image and zoomed in, just hit OK. Get out of that, and then that updates the back image, and that has all the stuff on it that you need. I put a curves on here because sometimes it might be like a tad dark, and if you want to adjust the brightness, that's just easier to have that adjustment on there. And however your photos are shot, you can just update your smart object and it does it for you. So I do kind of like it a little bit lighter like that. On top of that back image, I have this color select. And so if you turn it off, it just has all the colors on it. And right now, this one's just automatically set to, it hides everything but the blues, which works out good for skin because it desaturates the skin and hair. But it shows if your team obviously has the blues or sometimes into the purples, it'll just show those colors. But if you want to tweak that, if you double click here or you click there, it'll open it up in the properties panel. And then you can just select the colors up here that you want to saturate or desaturate. Or if you want to desaturate them all and then mask out what you want, you can color it in. But the blue works good on this one, so I'm going to leave it. This back image, like I said, is a smart object because it's also down here. So this area back here, let me lock this so that I don't move that. Is the same image as this front image. Is just zoomed up. So depending on like what their pose may be, you might want to move this around so you can maybe see like a logo or a number, or see like if you want to show the number, you could do that. But I'll leave it kind of just centered like this. I think that looks pretty good. But it's there for you to adjust it, but hopefully it just gives it a little bit of texture in the background of the graphic. So there's the back image. The last thing we need to do is this front image right here. I will bring it in, drag and drop, and then we'll scale it up. And again, I have the grids on here. You can see them. So Command semicolon to show them and hide them. Accept that. I do have a smart filter on here that if you want to drag it onto this one, it just hold down Option, drag, and then let go on it, and then it'll update it on there. So that's a tad dark for her. So we'll see if I have this curves to make it darker or lighter. It's pretty good right there. But you can adjust this however you want, and then once you have your images that you're bringing in all the time, you shouldn't have to change it. You just drag it on, and then but from shoot to shoot, sometimes they can fluctuate just a little bit. So we'll delete that back image. And the last thing I need to do is the shadows. So that is under this grain layer right here. So I'm just going to create a new layer. We'll get rid of that shadow, and then we'll paint in the shadows. Since the number is in front of this, sometimes it can get in your way, so you might have to hide that if you want. But most of the time you can just work through it. So I'm going to get my brush, and I'm going to shrink that down and change my opacity to 5. Now I'm on black, and I'm just going to click that in underneath her feet. So I'm just clicking to add more. It's at 50%, so the more I click, but I want to get it so it's dark right underneath her feet. And then I'll change it to 10% by hitting 1. It changes it to 10, and I'll increase the size of this, and I'll kind of just feather it out. Obviously, if you want to get carried away with the cleaning up the grass on her shoes, but just for this, I'm going to leave it as is. And so there you have it. Quickly, there's the template. The layers are listed on the side, and they're labeled so that if you want to turn any of them off, you can. Just a couple quick ones to go over is this glow is right behind the name, and that's just so that you can read the text in the number a little bit better. So if you don't like that, or if you need a dark one instead of white, you can just brush that in yourself. I also left this ellipse on here because sometimes I feel like the graphic needs a little grounding, so I put that on there. But for this, I think this looks good. And there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know.